years, Stellantis has been known for overpricing its trucks and SUVs, pushing away loyal customers and leaving many buyers searching for more affordable options. Today we're diving into Stellantis' game-changing move, a 35% price cut across their entire lineup that's shaking up the automotive world and could save you thousands. But is this the solution Stellantis needs, or are they setting themselves up for a risky gamble? Let's find out. What's happening? For years, Stellantis was pricing itself out of the market, rambling into luxury territory while alienating its loyal customers. Stellantis, once a go-to for affordable trucks and SUVs, found itself in a sticky situation. Its vehicles, which had always been marketed as rugged, reliable, and well-priced, were starting to look like luxury items. Models like the Ram 1500 Tungsten and Jeep Grand Wagoneer were priced at levels that rivaled brands like BMW and Mercedes, far exceeding what average families and small business owners could justify paying. This shift didn't go unnoticed. As prices soared, buyers began to turn away. Dealership lots became flooded with unsold inventory. The same trucks and SUVs that once flew off the shelves were now gathering dust. Stellantis' decision to price its vehicles closer to the luxury market rather than the mainstream market alienated longtime buyers who had trusted the brand for its value-driven appeal. The high-end pricing was no longer just a premium feature but a roadblock for many potential customers. So what's the solution when a brand teeters on the edge of bankruptcy? Stellantis decided to completely rewrite the rulebook. Stellantis had to face a hard truth. Their pricing strategy wasn't just hurting sales, it was threatening their future. That's when they decided to make a bold move: the unprecedented 35% price cut. Imagine walking into a dealership and finding a $100,000 truck now priced at $65,000. This isn't a sale, it's a market reset. Enter Stellantis' game-changing decision: a 35% price cut across its entire lineup. The Ram 1500, a vehicle that had once started at a staggering $100 for some trims, would now be priced at a more palatable $65,000. This wasn't just about making vehicles cheaper, it was about positioning them for a broader audience. Stellantis wasn't looking to sell to the luxury buyer anymore. They were focused on families, contractors, and adventure seekers who had been priced out of the market over the past few years. At the same time, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, once criticized for pushing into luxury brand price territory, now sat firmly within the mainstream SUV market. These moves signaled a complete shift from the overambitious pricing strategy of the past to a more realistic approach that could appeal to a much wider audience. The thinking behind the cut: affordability was the way to win back customers, something Stellantis had sorely missed in the past. By slashing prices, Stellantis hoped to reclaim the buyers they'd lost over the years and bring families, contractors, and adventurers back into the fold. The goal was to show the world that Stellantis was serious about making quality vehicles accessible to everyone. This wasn't just about numbers. Stellantis was betting that affordability would win back the buyers they had alienated and open up a new chapter in the company's history. But lowering prices isn't enough to make it work. Stellantis has to solve a much bigger challenge. Can they make dealerships play along? The critical role of dealerships. You can drop prices, but if dealerships don't play along, those cuts won't reach the customer's hands. For Stellantis' price cuts to have the desired effect, they had to ensure their dealerships were on board. Historically, dealerships added markup fees, pushing prices well above the manufacturer's suggested retail price for popular models. Stellantis couldn't afford to let this practice continue if they wanted their bold price cuts to actually reach consumers. Stellantis' answer: strict pricing guidelines. In order to make sure that these price reductions went straight to the customers, Stellantis implemented measures to ensure transparency. They also rolled out dealer incentives to encourage cooperation and maintain dealer profitability without turning to excessive markups. This shift wasn't just about lowering prices on paper. Stellantis understood that without dealer compliance, even their most aggressive moves wouldn't make a dent in the market. The new pricing strategy required collaboration, not just from Stellantis, but also from every dealership selling their vehicles. It was a matter of making sure everyone in the chain was aligned with the goal of providing consumers with the best possible prices. If Stellantis can get dealerships to fall in line, they could create one of the most competitive pricing networks in the industry, driving more buyers to their lots and helping them rise from the brink of disaster. With their pricing strategy in place, the question becomes, how will consumers respond to this bold move? The customer comeback. Is Stellantis' new pricing strategy enough to win back customers who had turned their backs on the brand? The true test for Stellantis would be the reaction from their customers. After years of overpricing, could they pull off a successful comeback? The 35% price cut was certainly tempting, but it wasn't just about slashing prices, it was about re-earning customer trust. For years, buyers had turned away from Stellantis brands like Ram and Jeep, frustrated by the rising prices. Now, with new prices on the Ram 1500 and Jeep Grand Cherokee, those buyers were rethinking their stance. Families, contractors, and enthusiasts who once felt Stellantis was out of reach were starting to see the appeal again. With a fully loaded Ram 1500 priced at $65,000 and a Grand Cherokee at a fraction of its previous cost, Stellantis was offering compelling value. But the road to recovery wasn't just about slashing prices. It was about proving that Stellantis could deliver on reliability and quality at these new price points. Consumers wanted to know, could Stellantis maintain its performance standards despite the massive price cuts? With these dramatic price reductions, Stellantis has placed itself back on the map, but whether they can maintain that momentum depends on their ability to deliver quality and reliability. As Stellantis faces the challenge of restoring trust with buyers, competitors are feeling the heat, and they're going to have to respond. Rivals react to the shockwave. Ford, GM, and other competitors didn't just feel a tremor when Stellantis made its move. They felt the full shockwave. The automotive industry has been rocked by Stellantis' aggressive pricing strategy. By slashing prices by up to 35% across its entire lineup, Stellantis has forced Ford, General Motors, and other competitors to rethink their strategies. The Ram 1500, for example, is now priced competitively at $65,000, a dramatic cut from its previous price tag of $100,000. And it's not just about trucks. Jeep Grand Cherokees, once competing with luxury brands, are now priced in line with mainstream SUVs from Toyota and Honda. But what does this mean for Ford and GM? These industry giants have long dominated the truck market, with their Ford F-150 and GM Silverado models often topping sales charts. Now, Stellantis is offering comparable trucks at significantly lower prices, forcing buyers to reconsider their loyalties. Imagine walking into a dealership today and seeing a fully loaded Ram 1500 priced at $65,000, while a similarly equipped Ford F-150 Platinum or GM Sierra Denali starts at $80,000 or more. The math is simple and incredibly compelling. For consumers, Stellantis' price cut is a no-brainer, but for Ford and GM, this aggressive pricing is a serious challenge. The pressure is on. Ford and GM now have two tough choices: either lower prices to compete with Stellantis and risk squeezing profit margins, or hold the line on pricing and lose customers to the more affordable alternatives. The decision facing Ford and GM is crucial. They either lower their prices to stay competitive or risk being left behind as Stellantis sets a new benchmark for value. But Stellantis' price cut isn't just affecting the truck market, it's causing a ripple effect in the SUV market, and even luxury vehicle segments are feeling the heat. A new player in the SUV market. What happens when Jeep, once seen as a luxury off-roader, suddenly becomes a budget-friendly option? It shakes up the whole SUV segment. Stellantis' Jeep brand, known for its rugged off-road vehicles, has traditionally competed with premium offerings from luxury automakers. The Jeep Grand Cherokee and Jeep Wagoneer were once priced at levels that competed directly with BMW, Mercedes, and other luxury brands, alienating buyers who were more price-sensitive. However, with Stellantis' 35% price cut, Jeep has made a bold move to shift back toward the mainstream market. Now, the Grand Cherokee, a model that once crossed into luxury price territory, is positioned to compete directly with mainstream SUVs from Toyota and Honda, offering buyers a rugged, adventure-ready vehicle without the inflated price. This shift is a big win for buyers who want the iconic Jeep experience but without the premium price tag. For Stellantis, this move could bring in new buyers who are looking for an affordable, capable SUV. Meanwhile, it places Jeep in a much more competitive position in a crowded market. By slashing prices, Stellantis is turning Jeep into a viable option for a much wider audience, creating an opportunity for SUV buyers to experience a legendary brand at a fraction of the cost. But Stellantis isn't stopping with trucks and SUVs. They're looking to redefine the entire automotive market, forcing competitors to rethink their strategies as well. Stellantis sets a new standard for the industry. Stellantis' pricing overhaul isn't just a game changer for their lineup, it's setting a new industry benchmark. Stellantis' 35% price cut has forced the entire automotive industry to reevaluate how cars are priced. The traditional model of premium pricing, especially for luxury vehicles and high-end trucks, has been challenged by Stellantis' bold move. For years, automakers relied on high margins to maintain profitability, but Stellantis is showing that affordability and quality can coexist. The company's decision to lower Ram 1500 prices drastically has forced competitors to rethink their strategies. For Ford and GM, it's no longer about staying within a set pricing range. It's about offering better value for the consumer. This could set the stage for a broader industry shift. If Stellantis succeeds in its pricing strategy, other companies may be forced to follow suit, resulting in lower prices across the board. Consumers could see more affordable options, with automakers competing for the best value rather than the highest profit margins. Stellantis is leading the way, setting a new standard for pricing transparency and value-driven offerings. Stellantis is not just slashing prices, they're challenging the entire automotive industry to reconsider how cars should be priced, potentially reshaping consumer expectations for years to come. But lowering prices is just one part of Stellantis' plan. To truly succeed, they need to address some serious risks and challenges that come with this new pricing strategy. The risks and challenges of Stellantis' pricing strategy. Cutting prices might sound great, but there's a big question. Can Stellantis keep it up without losing money? While the 37% price cut has put Stellantis in the driver's seat, it's not without its risks. Lowering MSRPs by 35% comes at a significant cost. Profit margins. Automakers rely heavily on higher trim levels, optional add-ons, and premium pricing to generate profits. By slashing prices across the board, Stellantis is potentially jeopardizing its financial stability. This is especially concerning if competitors like Ford and GM decide to lower their prices to compete. If the price cuts snowball, it could trigger a race to the bottom, a price war that could leave all automakers scrambling to maintain profitability. Another challenge for Stellantis lies in quality control. While the company is betting on lower prices to attract new buyers, they need to ensure that the quality of their vehicles doesn't decline. Reliability has been an ongoing concern for Stellantis, and if consumers begin to feel that the lower prices equate to lower quality, the brand could lose the trust of buyers who were lured in by the discounts. While Stellantis' pricing strategy is bold, it comes with risks. But if they can navigate these challenges, they have the potential to redefine the market for years to come. Now, let's take a look at how Stellantis' competitors are feeling the pressure, and what they might do in response to this disruptive pricing shift. Building consumer and dealer trust. To make this price cut work, Stellantis has to rebuild something it lost: trust. Stellantis' decision to drop prices across its entire lineup is a bold move, but the success of this strategy isn't just about slashing prices. The real challenge is restoring trust, both from dealers and consumers. After years of overpricing their vehicles, Stellantis now needs to prove that they can deliver affordable vehicles without compromising on quality. The company is betting that reliability, value, and durability will be the cornerstones of its new pricing strategy. For dealers, the task is twofold. They need to maintain profitability even with the new pricing, and they must ensure that the customer experience matches the expectations set by Stellantis' bold move. This involves a fine balance. Dealers must pass on the savings to customers without overcharging or adding unnecessary fees. To ensure this, Stellantis has put clear pricing guidelines in place and is offering incentives to encourage dealerships to comply. If dealerships align with Stellantis' vision, they could attract new customers, boost sales volumes, and ensure the long-term success of the price cuts. For consumers, trust is equally critical. Customers will be tempted by the lower prices, but they will also want to know, is the quality still there? Stellantis must prove that the vehicles they're selling for less are not sacrificing reliability or performance. This means ensuring that materials, craftsmanship, and technology remain high standards, even at these lower price points. Without this, the price cuts could simply become an empty promise. If Stellantis can rebuild trust with both dealers and consumers, it could pave the way for a lasting comeback, reshaping the brand's future in the process. Stellantis isn't just looking at the short term, they're also positioning themselves for the future, especially as the automotive world shifts toward electric vehicles. Stellantis and the electric vehicle revolution. Stellantis is no longer sitting on the sidelines in the electric vehicle race. They're jumping in with both feet. The world is moving rapidly towards electrification, and Stellantis is ready to seize the opportunity. With the 35% price cut shaking up the traditional car market, Stellantis is looking to apply that same affordability to the electric vehicle market. While Tesla and other premium EV brands have led the charge, Stellantis is positioning itself to make electric vehicles accessible to the mainstream. By slashing prices across its truck and SUV lineup, Stellantis has shown that it's not afraid to challenge industry norms, and it plans to bring that same philosophy to its electric models. The company is focusing on creating affordable electric Jeeps, Ram trucks, and Dodge vehicles that offer buyers the best of both worlds: cutting-edge electric powertrains and rugged performance. For Stellantis, the challenge is clear. Make EVs not just an alternative for the eco-conscious buyer, but a mainstream option that appeals to everyday drivers. If Stellantis can make EVs affordable, it could open up the electric vehicle market to an entirely new demographic, one that might have previously been deterred by the high upfront cost. By using its price-cutting strategy to make electric models more accessible, Stellantis could carve out a unique position in the EV market, revolutionizing the way consumers approach sustainability. With affordable EVs on the horizon, Stellantis also has to focus on another critical factor: maintaining the quality of its vehicles even as it cuts prices. Maintaining quality while cutting costs. Affordability is one thing, but can Stellantis deliver on quality? That's the real test. Stellantis' commitment to affordability has been clear, but there's a significant question looming. Can they keep their vehicles high quality at these lower prices? Lower prices may be appealing, but they only work if the vehicles stand up to the expectations of reliability, performance, and durability. Over the years, Stellantis has faced criticism over its reliability issues, especially with its Hurricane engines and some plastic components that have been prone to wear and tear. If Stellantis is to succeed in this new strategy, they must ensure that their price cuts don't result in a decline in quality. This might involve rethinking material choices, moving away from cheaper plastic parts, and using more durable materials like metal or high-quality composites. Stellantis has a clear opportunity here to improve long-term durability while maintaining lower prices. By integrating better components and enhancing production processes, Stellantis could not only improve the reliability of their vehicles, but also rebuild trust among buyers who are wary of budget cuts leading to subpar products. Maintaining high-quality standards while cutting costs could transform Stellantis into a brand known not only for affordable pricing, but also for long-lasting reliability, turning first-time buyers into repeat customers. Quality isn't the only area Stellantis is focusing on. With V8 engines making a comeback, they're betting on the power of nostalgia to lure back a loyal customer base. A V8 comeback, bringing back the roar. In a world shifting towards smaller engines and hybrids, Stellantis is bringing back the roar of a V8. While the auto industry at large has been trending towards smaller, more fuel-efficient engines, Stellantis is reintroducing the iconic V8 engine to its lineup. For traditional buyers, the V8 has always been synonymous with power, muscle, and American engineering. For years, Ford and GM led the charge with their V8-powered F-150s and Silverados. Now, Stellantis is staking its claim in this space, promising the return of the rumble that so many buyers crave. The Ram trucks are set to receive a new generation of V8 engines, appealing to buyers who want the raw power that only a naturally aspirated engine can deliver. In a world where many competitors are shifting towards smaller turbocharged engines, Stellantis' decision to bring back the V8 is a bold one. It's not just about nostalgia, it's about giving buyers what they've been missing. The result could be a new wave of buyers who are drawn to the power and performance that only a V8 can provide. By bringing back the V8 engine, Stellantis is tapping into a rich history of American muscle while offering something that few competitors are still providing: raw, unbridled power. As Stellantis doubles down on what makes its vehicles special, they're also working on something bigger, redefining the entire car buying experience. How the strategy could change the car market forever. This isn't just about Stellantis, it's about the future of the entire car market. Stellantis' 35% price cut has sent shockwaves across the automotive industry, forcing competitors to reconsider their pricing models and strategies. This move has the potential to change the entire landscape of the car market, especially as consumers start to demand more value for their money. Stellantis is setting a new benchmark for what consumers can expect, where affordability, quality, and performance no longer have to be mutually exclusive. For years, automakers relied on a model of premium pricing, especially in the luxury and high-performance vehicle sectors. Stellantis' decision to go the opposite direction, cutting prices drastically while still offering high-quality features, could force the industry to reevaluate its approach. If Stellantis succeeds, lower prices could become the new normal, putting pressure on luxury brands and pushing premium automakers to rethink how they price their vehicles. The ripple effect will likely spread beyond just Stellantis. If the strategy proves successful, competitors like Ford, GM, and even foreign automakers may have to lower their prices in order to keep pace. This could result in an industry-wide shift towards more transparent, value-driven pricing, and consumers could be the ultimate winners. Stellantis' move might be the catalyst for a massive change in the automotive world, forcing automakers to rethink their pricing structures and put consumers first. With Stellantis driving this shift, the future of affordable vehicles looks promising, but can they sustain this strategy over the long term? Let's dive into the potential risks. Competitors' next move, can they keep up? Can Ford and GM compete with Stellantis' bold new pricing strategy, or will they be left in the dust? As Stellantis sets its sights on dominating the affordable vehicle market, Ford and GM now face a critical challenge. Stellantis' price cuts have forced them into a difficult position, either lower prices to compete or risk losing customers to Stellantis' value-driven approach. But lowering prices comes with its own set of challenges, particularly when it comes to profit margins and brand positioning. Ford, for instance, has long prided itself on the quality and performance of its F-Series trucks, while GM's Silverado has a loyal following. Can these iconic brands now justify charging premium prices for trucks that Stellantis is offering at a much lower cost? Ford and GM are likely weighing their options carefully, and they may be forced to take a page from Stellantis' book. The automotive industry is now at a crossroads. Pricing wars could break out, or innovative pricing models could lead to a new normal for car buyers. The next few months could be critical for Ford, GM, and other competitors as they respond to Stellantis' disruptive move. Stellantis has shaken up the market, and Ford and GM will have to make tough decisions, lower their prices, or stick with the premium model and risk falling behind. While Stellantis' move has put the pressure on competitors, it's also reshaping the truck market in ways we haven't seen before. The future of Stellantis and the truck market. Stellantis has flipped the script on the truck market, but what happens when buyers start questioning the true value of their favorite brands? The truck market in the US is fiercely competitive. For years, Ford's F-Series, GM's Silverado, and Ram's trucks have dominated, but Stellantis' price cuts are changing the dynamics of this space. With the Ram 1500 now priced at $65,000, Stellantis is offering comparable trucks at a fraction of the price of their Ford F-150 and Chevy Silverado counterparts. As a result, truck buyers are forced to reconsider their loyalties. Traditionally, truck buyers have been loyal to their brand, often sticking with one model for decades, but Stellantis is betting that by offering more affordable options without compromising on performance and quality, they can break that loyalty and convert new customers. And Stellantis is setting the stage to dominate this market for years to come. With the 35% price cut, Stellantis isn't just trying to compete, they're aiming to redefine what value means in the truck market. By slashing prices and offering better value, Stellantis is poised to lead the truck market for the foreseeable future. Stellantis has thrown down the gauntlet, and the automotive industry will never be the same. With their 35% price cuts, Stellantis has not only redefined affordability, but also set a new benchmark for how vehicles are priced. This bold move has shaken up the car market, forcing competitors to rethink their pricing strategies and putting consumers in the driver's seat. But what do you think? Will Stellantis' gamble pay off, or will their strategy backfire? How do you feel about lower priced trucks and SUVs from a brand like Stellantis? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think about Stellantis' bold move.